Let your body too settle down. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. So your right palm on your left, neck head straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture. Let your whole body weight go down. So mentally, relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing. Now bring your attention to your body. Scan head to toes to yourself 3 times and say Sopatveva, or have a wish yourself, may I be well and happy. 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment, with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing your inhalation and exhalation. So in the beginning, mentally we're going to relax our body using our breath step by step. So when you inhale through this exercise, remember inhale through nose, exhale through mouth. And each and every inhalation, exhalation, take deeply, gently and slowly. In between inhalation, exhalation, keep a little gap. So bring your attention to your right arm. Deeply, gently, slowly breathing and visualize yourself that all the breath go to your right arm. And breathe out. Breathing to your left arm, slowly, deeply, gently breathing. And breathe out. Back and the spine, slowly, deeply, gently breathing. And breathe out. Your abdominal area, breathing. And breathe out. Your chest, and slowly, deeply, gently breathing. And breathe out. Your right leg, breathing. And breathe out. And to your left leg, breathing. And breathe out. And your neck and head, breathing. Breathe out. Okay, now breathing to your whole body. Breathing. Breathe out. Again, breathing. Breathe out. Again, breathing. Breathe out. So now take a deep breath and hold it under your belly. 2 inches below your navel point. Keep focus your mind to that area. And hold the breath as long as you can. Okay, deeply breathing and hold it. And breathe out. So bring your attention to in front of your nose and your upper lip area. Let your whole body to settle down. Let your inhalation, exhalation happen naturally. So when the inhalation happen, recognize it as inhalation, exhalation as exhalation in the first level. Separately recognize this is inhalation, this is exhalation. Bring your attention to your inhalation, exhalation. Follow the entire continuation of the inhalation, exhalation, the beginning, the middle, and end of the inhalation, the beginning, the middle, and end of the exhalation. Recognize very clearly this is rising, this is falling. This is rising, this is falling. Some inhalation become longer, shorter, heavy, soft, warm, cold. Exhalation, see. So, in the very first level, learn to accept and then recognize each and every inhalation, exhalation has its own way. Nothing is similar. So observe and recognize. If the moment by moment you experience the change, that wisdom will help you to understand its outside nature. Just be with the sensation. In the beginning, to recognize the sensation, it helps for your body. The body helps you, and then the sensation help you. The mind help, and then you recognize the very nature of it is everything. The recognition of the pain or the sensation is the dharma. It is not someone else's idea, someone else's wish. It's similar to each and everyone. Just be with the sensation. It doesn't matter inhalation or exhalation. The sensation you recognize is same. That sensation is a reflection of your mind. It's a part of your mind. The recognition itself will help you to understand the very nature of the mind. Look yourself and see the condition of the observer. Be free from your history. Be empty and observe. The very nature of the sensation is belong to the dharma. Arising, existing and disappearing. Forever in this universe, that dharma going to be same. So whatever you achieve, finally you're going to experience that. Arising, existence and disappearance. Once the mind exactly see this, it will drop the becoming nature, because whatever you become, this is the end. Finally, this is what you're going to end. Once the mind come out of becoming nature, naturally it drop the collective nature. No resistance, nothing come against, nothing to go against. No reason to have anger, jealousy, hatred in me. Just be with the moment. Bring your attention to your body. Experience this moment for a few seconds and recognize how lucky you are, how valuable this life, how blessed you are to experience this moment. Appreciate yourself. Pay your gratitude. Don't demand anything. When you wake up in the morning, you have strength to come out of the bed and stand yourself, walk to bathroom, and do your cleaning yourself. You have strength to enjoy a cup of tea, coffee, or meal yourself. That is blessing. You have people around you to share your life. That's blessing. There are some others around you to share their life with you. That is blessing. You have this beautiful eye, ear, nose, tongue, body and mind. This all happen out of the blessings. You have longevity, complexion, comfort, strength and wisdom to maintain your life yourself. That's blessing. Appreciate it. You have a moment to sit like this. You have a place to sit. You have the roof up over your head. That's a blessing. This is the miracle can happen in this life. There are a lot of people in the world in this very moment, they're losing this connection. Today going to be their last day in this world. But you still experience this breathing. There are a lot of people fighting with death, struggling with disease, struggling with life, have fear, anxiety, depression, helplessness, hopelessness, loneliness. So share yourself this moment, share your heart with them. May they come out of that fear, anxiety, depression, helplessness, hopelessness, loneliness. May they have the strength, courage, and wisdom to come out of the situation and find the balance, harmony, tranquility state within themselves. Not only them, share this moment with your dear near ones, your loved ones, your beloved parents, husband, wife, children, brothers, sisters, friends, and family members, your neighbors, village, city, state, country people. All the people around this world and this universe. And as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, stars, let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of your heart with the maximum effort to the highest, wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. So thinking like this, mentally repeat after me. Also think for a moment, during these few days around in this country, there are a lot of people, these young people start to come to the street and have a thought to yourself, share this moment with them. May they find the peace, harmony, tranquility state within themselves. May everyone stay safe. With that, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one, out of anger or ill will, wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Visualize yourself and send it as a light forward. To your backside, to your left side, and to your right side. Downward, and upward. To all 6 directions at once. Like the moon, the sun spread the light, spread the energy. Without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance, or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dhamma friends, as human beings, in our life, there is a deeper desire arise to know things. We like to know. And mostly with this knowing desire, following the knowledge, and mostly we focus to outside world. But to get into the liberation, to get into the salvation yourself, get into the transformation within yourself, always remember you have to look inward. And when you look inward, it is a method, process by process. You cannot just do it itself suddenly. And when you look at this outside world, that we can see that even this material world have the same thing. See that today from America, that you have seen that there is a rocket went to space center. And the step-by-step process, one by one, part by part. It is not just the direct journey it's go. So the same thing in when you have the process go towards the wisdom. Remember, it happens step by step. It is a process. But just thinking about the ending part doesn't mean you're going to become successful in this very moment. But you have to have a destination. You must know where you should go. That's why as Buddhists, we keep our goal in the highest place, in this sky, that is Nibbana, liberation. So once you have that, the very step that you take today, the very thought happening in this very moment is the matter than thinking about. Once you find out your goal, the very important thing is the very basic step that you're taking in this very moment. So that one thought recognition going to change and or the desire to your destination. So the one thought recognition can change the huge path. So the same like when a flight take off, inch by inch, it slowly get into the right direction. and but still it has a path to go. So same like the whatever the thought that you recognize, that thought, oh, slowly, if you allow, or if you have a desire, if you know, oh, I need the peace, I need the harmony, I need the tranquility state, just knowingly that and having a thought itself, and settle down yourself. And if you don't care the moment that you go through, don't think itself it's going to happen overnight. No, it is a process that you have to work moment by moment, moment by moment. It is not depending from your future. It is not dreaming about the future, but you know where to go, knowingly that. So you have a purpose, knowingly that purpose. You work in this very moment, thought by thought, minute by minute. And in that very minute, you have to recognize the major thing as major, minor thing as minor. So when it comes to that major, once you have the recognition, what the most important thing in this very moment, and you give attention to that. So with that attention, when you stay and develop your journey little by little, and that journey itself, you're going to bring you the kind of result. So this is a profitable skill you have to develop. So rather than reacting, because we have a nature to react moment by moment, even though we all have that idea what we need in our life. Why we cannot achieve that mostly? Because we have this inner reactive nature. But when it comes to meditation, you recognize thought by thought, thoughts by thought, and then you recognize what is the major in this very moment and what is the minor. Maybe the other people appreciate that, because it is the minor thing, for your journey, whatever the major thing, for someone else it can become minor, not important that much. Maybe someone else, something so important, the entire world cheer for that, go for that. But for your journey, it is just the minor thing. It is not that much important. So then you have to recognize that. Another thing, once you recognize the major thing as major, you have to come out of the reactive nature. Because we sometimes we recognize the major thing as major, minor thing as minor, but still we have reactive nature. So when it comes to vipassana, what you develop? In meditation, once you recognize the thoughts and you recognize the major thing as major, minor thing as minor, for your goal or for your achievement, you develop responding nature. You reactive and responding to different things. To respond, you have to recognize your abilities and your capabilities, and also the other person or the other side. And in between this both, the time and space, this all you have, the complete whole structure you have to understand. So your mind has capability to understand that when you start to respond. Because if you react, so you can do it, you can experiment yourself, as I mention every day. Don't just keep listening. Just listening doesn't make any sense. So you have to use this. You have to get into this knowledge, using it yourself, implementation. Try to develop that quality within yourself every day. So once you recognize anything as major, rather than responding to it, once you start to, rather than reacting to it, once you start to respond, you become more aware. That awareness is the important thing. That awareness is called janati. So that is the first step. You enter into wisdom. Janati. How the janati arise? Janati means you recognize. That recognition complete. It is not, you don't recognize something wrong, or you don't recognize the minor thing as major, unprofitable skill as a profitable skill. You recognize profitable skill as a profitable skill, and not only that, you recognize what is the mechanism of inside it and why it become profitable. There are some people, they know something is good, but if you ask what make it good, they don't know. There are some people knows certain things not to do, not good to do. It's something, there are certain things bad. But if you ask why it is bad, they have no idea. So, but janati means when it come to your own, when you come to your inner understanding, for the moment, for one moment, one thought. So this all we talking about the one thought quality. When the one thought arises, why? Because the one thought has a power to direct you to attain to Buddhahood or the attain to enlightenment, and one thought has a power to take you a journey in this entire samsaric journey through many times through the hell. So it is, so that's why one thought, once you able to recognize as a profitable or unprofitable skill, that the thought, or is it a minor or it is a major, and also you cut down the reactive nature, you develop the responding nature top of that thought. So then you already completely handling yourself that thought. That thought cannot behave itself, and it cannot get the influence by the current that we already keep doing inside that us, which we call mental formations or the samsaric journey or the habit. So when the respond ability come, it overtake the thought and it cut down the habit that the thought come with our mind. When that ability once you have that moment, it is called janati. Once you, then you are in the point, janati. So be very clear there. And then you launch that thought through your bodily, verbally, or mentally as an action. So beginning to end, when that action go through your bodily, verbally, or mentally process, knowingly you are with that thought, it calls sanjati. Janati, sanjati. So then once you go through, now you have a thought. I am talking about one thought. So break it down. It is not a complete idea or the 1 year, 2 year project. No, one thought. And then one thought you recognize, and you recognize it as a major thing or the minor thing, and you drop down as a minor thing. So to drop down as a one thought as a minor, also you have to have this this knowledge. Because if you think this is mine and if you don't respond to it, to that the suppress or the put it down, maybe you allow it to be there in the silent mode, and what is happening, it start to be there. Now, once you recognize if as something as a minor, so you have to have certain effort to keep it as a minor or to push it down and uplift the other side. Because it's like dust. So you see the dust in day-to-day life everywhere. And sometimes even in a like a camera, because it is very sensitive for dust, or maybe your watch or something very special machine, that if you neglect the dust, and what will happen? Little by little, that dust can create something inside it. So then you have to remember, once you recognize in this very moment it is a minor thought, don't neglect it. Why? Because if you neglect, it's going to be there in that level. And then little by little, and you complete the major thing. And then suddenly sometimes when you get into rest, when there is no major thing in your mind for the moment, the whatever that minor thing, if it is still exist, what will happen? That minor thing become major. So it is very deep. Try to recognize. This is why, so as example, you want to eat something, and then the doctor say, don't eat sugar. So I just get a physical example. You can apply it to anything. So while you listening, you have to get other examples, and because according to the time we cannot get into that examples. So the doctor say don't eat sugar, but you find a cheesecake in the middle of the night, and then you recognize, oh, this time is not good to eat. And why? Because doctor told me. And then now you recognize major thing as major and minor thing as minor. So it is a minor thing, the major, you have to go to sleep and have a good rest. At night, maybe that is what you have to do, or maybe you have to read a book, or you have to practice meditation or something. And then you keep that idea, eating cake is not good for that moment. So that makes sense. You have a point. Why? Because there is something you have to do. And then you done it. Then you come to rest. You sleep, and in the morning you complete and done and everything good. You had a good rest and everything okay. Now you rest. In that resting moment, that cheesecake become the major thing deeply inside your mind. It's going to take you, if you're not aware in that very moment. And if you didn't have the sanjati, why you make it as a minor? So in that very moment, if there's nothing to do, maybe you're going to go for that cake. But if you had the idea, oh, this has sugar, if I eat this is going to make me sick again. So like that, if you see why it is become minor, that will help you to, it doesn't matter if you are resting or if you are busy or doing, even if you are hungry, you're not going to go for it. So that is why you have to be the complete process when it comes to sanjati. You have to know exactly 100%, crystal clear, you know it. Major thing as major, minor thing as minor, and you are not responding, and with the fully capacity of your mind, consciousness, awareness, with the sati sampajanya, knowingly, You responding to your one thought. So it is a process. And then that thought, if it is go away, or if it is become action, then you have to have the bodily, verbally, or mentally action, the process. And that process, you keep tracking itself, sanjati, janati, sanjati. And the pajanati means 100% from beginning to end. You know crystal clear how it happened, and with the authority of, with the complete power of your consciousness, awareness, clear comprehension, sati sampajanya, you end your bodily, verbally, or mentally action. If you able to do one thought action, janati, sanjati, pajanati, this whole process, that thought has no power to create a habit inside you, or create the repetition, reaction, or the karma inside you. So that's how, when you able to develop that process for one thought, in that one thought arising existence and disappear, and with the process of action you complete. That completion itself take you out from the samsara. Why? Because how the samsara arise? Samsara arise with the mental formation. You have a thought, and that thought, you don't recognize major thing or the minor thing. The reaction come with that thought from your past memory, and take it, and the thought have the authority to go with the reaction or your past habit, and then you don't know what the outcome come through your bodily, or maybe the bodily, mentally, or verbal action. And that action again bring the reaction, so it become action, reaction, action, reaction, action, reaction. This process we call life. Life is the result of your actions and reactions. That is what called samsara. But breaking down is, you can do it. To break down, you have to focus to your mind. Not only focusing, you have to go with the practice, with your mind, with this process. Remember, sanjati, there are few qualities when it comes to sanjati. How the sanjati become complete? You recognize the thought, that thought, major thing or the minor, and then without reacting, learn to respond. That is sanjati. And the janati. The sanjati means the thought arise itself, it's not going to disappear. Why? Because thought arise as a result of the previous current, that's called sanskar, mental formations. So it's like a seed, just throwing away or holding it, pushing it, suppress, hiding it. You cannot that kill it, or you cannot take out the nature of it, or just keeping the seed in front of you, just praying, or don't become a plant, don't become a plant. That doesn't mean the seed not going to become a plant. One day, if it is find the good soil, it will become a plant. So like that, the thoughts. So that's why sanja, that it has a reactive nature. So the process, if you aware, if you mindful, the process going to become okay. And then pajanati, complete, you complete the process till you watch, you observe, you are monitoring the process knowingly from beginning to end. And the end, when the end result come, you know this thought end here. And then when the another thought come, you get back to that another thought with that process. When the another thought come, you get back to with that process. So if you have this process, janati, sanjati, pajanati, this process moment by moment, That is what called clear comprehension. Sati sampajanya. So that is a method, that is the method in the deeper level of vipassana. You, in this very moment, you break down the pattern of samsara. And in that very moment, you have no DNA reacting as a pattern. It's completely become new moment for you. And that is the moment you can end the journey of samsara. So I hope this will help for you. With this, I bless upon everyone by the power of this good practice. May all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you, may no difficulties come to you, may no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. So during this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavatantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava. Ittavata chammi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe tatta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya idam me punya kammang asavakkaya vangotu sabba dukkha pamunchatu. So